I'm doing a little bit more tracking today with the dogs out here, and I'm finding some, this looks like elk scat, and you can see it's damp. So obviously this is probably from this morning. It's fairly dry, but the inside of it's moist still. So it's probably from this morning. And then Echo over here, he got really focused on this spot under this branch here. And so I think probably, yep, see this hair right here? Something was scraping or brushed along this, probably scraping intentionally on this branch here. And there's hair down here, which looks like, I mean, I don't know, is that elk hair or deer hair? I don't know. But there's a fair amount of it. Little pieces here and there. There's a bunch right there. So Echo was smelling that. And it gets kind of fieldy out here. You know, sort of sparsely populated trees. And it's grassy, so I feel like we're gonna see something out here. Grazing, some deer, some elk. So I'm definitely gonna keep Mr. Echo on his leash. And this is just awesome out here. It's just so neat. You know, there's not a lot of bugs out. The clouds are kind of coming and going, so it's not constant sunlight. So it's not too harsh on us. There's actually a little bit of a storm coming in. Over here, we'll probably get some more thunder and lightning, which Dodger's gonna hate that. So we gotta kind of get back to camp before that happens. But it's like I'm in another world out here. I also feel like this is good bear territory, but there's really nothing here for the bears to eat. There's no berries. But I can just picture a bear just kind of tromping through the woods here. I'm not a hunter, but I swear, I mean, I'm getting more in tune with my dogs, especially Echo. Like, I know Dodger really well, but Echo I've only had for a few years. So I still feel like I don't know him that well. I mean, obviously I do, but he's learning stuff too. So I'm learning when his senses perk up, what that means, what he's after. And he's kind of perked up a little bit. And also, I can smell, and this might sound crazy, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe if you're a hunter, then you can relate, but I can smell elk now. Or it might be deer that I'm smelling, but it's one of the two. It's not cow. It's elk or deer that I can smell. I still haven't figured out if that means they're nearby or if they've just recently passed here. There's no scat right in this area, so that's not what I'm smelling. But I can smell that kind of musty elk deer smell. And I have a feeling, you start to kind of just feel like, well, there was that scat right back there, and then there was that hair, and there's sort of a pathway through here. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks a little bit trampled through here. Right down there over this little ledge is kind of where it goes, and I just have a feeling Echo was kind of focused in that direction. Now the wind's coming from this way, but I have a feeling we're going to see something if we kind of go down over here and walk a little bit along the ridge here. I think we might see something. I mean, you know, we live out here now. It's just like when we lived in the city, you get used to stuff. And you get a sixth sense about things. You know, you get street sense. And so we spend most of our time outdoors, you know, in the trailer. We got the trailer and the truck. We set up camp for, I can smell it right now, set up camp for as long as we want, a lot of times a couple weeks. And we really start to get in tune with the area that we're in. And that's what I really like about this lifestyle. I don't see anything yet. I swear I can kind of hear something down here a little bit. Pretty much every hike we go on, we've seen elk or deer. Usually it's elk. And usually it's just one or two females. Now look at Echo. It's a little bit curious, although I did just say the word, the D word. So he might just be triggered on that. So we're gonna hike down here a little bit, see what we can see. Now what I smell mostly is just these pine trees. I'm not smelling that musty or musky smell right now, but if I was a hooved beast, this is where I would be heading. And eventually in this direction, probably 3/4 of a mile, there's a big pond, a big water pond. There's a good chance we're gonna see nothing. You know, so I can't always guarantee on the Got Out channel that you're gonna see something amazing. But you never know. I don't think we're gonna run into any rattlesnakes, but we've run into bee swarm just a few videos ago. But sometimes we don't find anything. That's pretty rare. We usually do, and it's hard to capture stuff. For all of you guys watching the Got Out channel, it's hard to capture everything that we find. Like the other day, Echo ran up a tree. Like that's the first time I've seen him go up a tree. He went 8 feet up in the tree. And I couldn't capture it on camera. And then he fell down. He was chasing a squirrel. But we'll see animals a lot, and I just can't always capture it. But I try. When I can't capture something, there's this quote that I repeat in my head. And it's really true. At least it's true for us. I don't know if it's true for you too, but the quote is, sometimes doing nothing is actually something. So we might see nothing here. You know, I'm off the trail right now. I just decided to go this way because I feel like I'm going to find something. But I may find nothing. But this is part of our day. Let me show you what we're looking at down here. See, there's this little drop off here, kind of like a little bowl. If I was an animal, this is where I'd be hanging out. I think we might get skunked on this. The dogs aren't really keyed in on anything anymore. These are big trees here. This is kind of nice. This reminds me of home. There's not a lot of these big pine trees out here. Some water. I know once I turn the camera off, we're gonna see something. I can feel it. I can kind of smell it again. Echo, come on. Yeah, Echo smells something right now. So I think we're probably close to something. Echo, you want water? Yeah, he smells something right now. Dodger, you want water? You want water? This is actually a plate They call it a plate for, I think they call it a plate for backpacking. I got this at REI. It's like Sea to Summit brand. And it collapses, which is what I like. And it stays really clean too. I mean, I just use it for water, but it cleans out real easily. Like, it doesn't hold dirt and stuff like that. So see, it kind of folds down like that. And then, Dodger. Then supposedly this is like a cutting board, cutting surface. I never use it for that because I'm always worried about cutting this rubber part or whatever that is, silicone. But that folds up really small. I like that. It works good for the dogs. It's a bright color. I like to get the bright color, so if I leave it out, then I'm not going to leave it behind. So I'll put a link to that down below in the description. I think it's like 12 bucks or something like that on Amazon. And then this is the water bottle that I use. I use these Platypus collapsible bottles because I'm trying to save space in my pack. So as you drink it, then you can collapse this down. This is a liter bottle. You just squeeze the air out. And then eventually, once you get down, see, it folds real flat like that, which I like. But as you drink more and more water, then your bottle just gets smaller and smaller, which is nice. So I want to get to a point in this video where there's some big payoff, right? Like we're going to see something. I think there is something over there. So we're going to go down to this little road and then hike in that direction. We're kind of like in a little canyon here, which I haven't been in before. So if you want to see what the payoff is at the end, stick with us on this video and we'll find out together. There might not be a payoff, so I'm just warning you, there might not be a payoff in this video. There will be a payoff in our day. It's hard to capture everything on camera, but I swear every day we see something that would have been excellent to capture. Now Echo's on the trail again, and I'm kind of getting my bearings. I was in this area before a few days ago, and I did see a big female elk up here, right in this area. I don't think we're gonna see it today though. Now we're right on the trail though. You see that's big? See how big that is? And there's another one. There's another one. Comes right through here, and it looks like they're knocking the bark off of this stump here with, I don't know if it's with their antlers or just with their head, because you can see there's a fresh print right there. Now, how fresh was this? I'm not that good, but it's kind of moist, so there's one right there. So it wasn't long. Well, if I do see it, I'll do my best to capture it. And you'll see it come up, but I don't think we're gonna see anything today. At least right now on this hike. So thanks for hanging out with us anyways. I swear I got on the trail again. And again, now I'm seeing fresh hoof prints. But Dodger's getting tired. So I got to get him back to camp. He's always first back to camp. And you know what's funny is, he's the oldest of the three of us. He's like 15 years old. But when he comes out hiking with us, he's almost never on the leash. And Echo's on the leash probably at least half the time. And so when I stop, Dodger keeps like walking around, exploring. Even when we're hiking on the trail, he wanders off, he goes his own path because he's not tied up to anything. So the reality is that he actually hikes farther than us. Like if we just go out for 2 miles, he probably does 2.5. Because he wanders, he does his own little thing. And he never sits down. He never sits down. He won't sit down until we're back at camp. He'll get some water and then he'll go lay down under the trailer. But during the hike, he just hikes and hikes and hikes. He's so strong, and I'm really grateful for that. And that's why I like still doing these hikes as much as we can while he's still got good legs. And he still wants to go, because I don't make him go. He can stay back at camp if he wants. And he's only told me once or twice that he wants to just stay at camp and not go on a hike. We got a storm coming in over here. There's something around here. Like I keep seeing even fresher and fresher prints. Thanks for watching the Got Out channel. Hit that thumbs up button for us. Let us know you're watching. We like to know you're watching. And leave us a comment if you have any ideas for stalking elk or deer with or without dogs. I'm always curious to hear what you guys say. I can't always reply to your comments, but I do actually read all of them. I gotta take Echo off the leash for this. Okay, Echo, go ahead. A lot of times we run into cattle grates. These ones out here, the barbed wire on either side of them, the lower section of barbed wire is not barbed. So it's not barbed wire, it's just wire. But the other sections all have barbs on them. So I've been trying to teach the dogs to go under. So see, Echo's got a little spot he goes through. Dodger, no, 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 Dodger, Dodger. Oh. This one, Dodger walks across because it's filled with dirt. So it's not so dangerous really. Actually, yeah, it's totally filled with dirt. You see these all have barbs. This all got barbs here. But then the bottom one is not barbed. So they can go under that. And Echo's been really good about it. Dodger, he just kind of goes where he wants, but he won't go over the other grates, but this one, he does go over because it's filled up with dirt. He's like, what's the point? Okay, now Echo looks like he sees something, so I gotta go put him back on his leash. We're coming up on another cattle grate here. Let's see if Dodger does what he's supposed to, which is go around. Because they can really, they could easily break their leg or twist an ankle in these grates if they cross them the wrong way, because you can't really balance on them. Even me, I have to be really careful. So yeah, see, he's going around. He knows he's not supposed to cross this one. He found a way around the fence here. And then if I let Echo off the leash. Okay, Echo, go ahead. See, and Echo learns really quick too. Really happy about that. Good boy. See, this is how most of the grates are, you can see. And so I have to step across them like that. They'll twist an ankle in there. It's happened before. Dodger slipped on them. And Echo, he's tried to jump across it before, but he landed in the middle and his legs get all tangled up in there. And then the dogs freak out and then they're even at more risk for injury. You really have to not let them cross those cattle grates. So you got to teach them to go under the fence or go around the side or something. This is the last cattle grate for our camp. There's our camp right over there. You can see the dogs are being real good. Look at that, they chose the same piece of fence. They hardly ever follow each other like that close. Okay, then I gotta do the death trap here. So I found this is the safest way. You straddle 2 at a time. Okay. And there's our camp. He's a good dog. See you next time on the Got Out channel.